Guess who's gonna go see an early screening of Wicked for Good? Me. Me and my bestie are gonna go see this movie, so I think a get ready with me is absolutely necessary. I don't make the rules. Plus, I like talking to you guys head on, so. Do I know exactly what direction I'm going in with this look? No, but I do know that I'm going to be using REM Beauty, specifically the Aussie Forest palette, because I mean, it's so pretty. I think I want to go very ethereal, very shimmery, and I think it's going to be quite simple. My robe is giving very Glinda, so I think I'm ready to get started. So this is going to be like a combo of like my everyday makeup where I like don't do a lot of craziness. I think I do have a video of natural makeup up on my channel, and that's what I usually kind of do on a daily. Well, now I've been going more glam, so this is going to be like an in-between of glam and natural makeup, I think. So I'm going to do a clear brow gel because that's just my preference. This is the NYX Control Freak. Basically, we're figuring this out as we go because I don't know what direction I want to take this makeup. The idea in my head right now is just all shimmer, because why not? And my bestie has deemed me the Glinda of our duo, so not just her, other people said it too, which I was surprised, but I mean, I guess I do give Glinda sometimes. Also, excuse my shiny face. I quite literally just did all my skincare. I just updated my skincare routine, so let me know if you want a video about that, even though not too long ago I already made my skincare routine video, but it's a little different now. So let me know if you guys want that. I always like to kind of press in my brow gel, especially because it's clear. Like I just kind of run my fingers through it just to kind of like stamp it into the brow. This is basically going to be mostly a full face of REM Beauty, but you guys know I can't live without my Makeup Forever HD stick. I do want to try the REM Beauty concealer because I know it's super full coverage, so please send it to me. Someone tell them to send it to me. Just kidding. What? I'm using my Makeup Forever stick in Y205 on my lid and to kind of carve out my brows just to give them a little bit of definition. You know the dealio. If you've watched a couple of my makeup tutorials, I think I've made it pretty obvious how I like doing my brows. Brows are such a personal thing, so you know, you do you. I don't want it to be super harsh or anything, so I'm really blending out, especially down here where I carved it, because I don't want it to have a harsh line. Alright, once that's blended out, I'm gonna set it with some of this House Labs translucent powder. I'm a big fan of this powder. It actually is really good for the under eye, but I've also used it to set my lids before too. I'm using it on a fluffy brush so it doesn't like pack on too hard, just to give us a little bit of a base. Now I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I'm so beyond excited to watch this movie. Me and my bestie are gonna be in a little bit of a rush just because we're like on a time crunch, which is why I'm getting ready so early, because I have like 8 hours till we watch it. I have other things to do and film, so you know, and there's also a maintenance guy coming, so I need to like be ready because they're gonna work inside this room, so I need to make sure I'm like clear and ready to go. So here I am filming early, bright and early for you guys. I'm usually a little bit more detailed about how much I define my brows, but like I said, I'm going very like, it's not gonna be natural because I don't think I've ever been a natural girl. I like that you can see my makeup, if that makes sense. That's just me personally. I love makeup for a reason. I don't think I use it to hide anymore. I use it as like creative expression. I've like talked about that before in some of my videos, and I guess I'm just trying to make like an in-betweener. Like I don't think I'm gonna wear eyeliner. I want to keep it almost like just soft, but very much there. It's not gonna be like no makeup, you know? I'm going to use these two shades right here off of the Aussie Forest palette from REM Beauty. I think I'm gonna use this one and this one, which I think are shades Austini and Embrace Your Inner Green. So we're gonna do both because I want it to kind of match like both of their vibes. So I think I'm gonna do the green on the outer and then the more like Glinda-ish bluish pink shade that matches her dress in the inner, but we'll see. And I'm gonna use my fingers for these because that's how you get the best payoff. I'm gonna tap it in. I'm using my ring finger. I'm gonna tap it in and bring that up to my brow bone and then just kind of, you know, start spreading that about. Ooh, that's pretty cute. And I'm gonna like pack it on more on the lid part because we want it to like shimmy out, like fade out. This is so cute. This reminds me of something else. Oh my goodness, what other thing or show has been this color? Because it reminds me of something. I'm gonna do that on this side too. I'm using my ring finger still. Oh my goodness, this, ugh. Can you believe that REM is clean and vegan and they can still get this payoff when it comes to shimmers? Getting this type of payoff with a clean and vegan brand is like really hard to do ingredients wise. It's very pricey, I will say. I'm very impressed that they can do this, because it's hard to get like that like shimmery metallic, almost like shifting type of vibe with clean ingredients. So that's very impressive. I think shimmers are very forgiving because there's no, like, they're already sprawled about, so it doesn't really matter how like neat you are about it. It's always gonna kind of look good, you know? And I'm gonna take my pinky finger in that like Glinda shade, Glinda vibe shade, and I'm gonna start putting that in my inner corner. And I'm gonna like rake it over the green to start to give us a kind of like transition. Ooh, oh my goodness. That is so pretty. I love. Also, I have new lighting. What do you guys think? I think this is so much crisper and you can really see every detail on my face. Unfortunately, I don't have the best skin, but I think this is like the best way to go about makeup videos. Being super as transparent and visible as you can. And I think this lighting is better for that. Let me know what you think. I'm using my pinky finger again, but on this side. This is very simple. You could definitely do this if you want to do a look like this. You could do it with any shimmers on any palette. Sometimes that's the best way to kind of feel a little bit done up still, but not take so long on your makeup. Just doing some nice shimmers and applying them with your finger is sometimes the best. I'm applying quite a lot. Or trying to. I'm definitely trying to be dramatic here. I'm kind of going back and forth with my colors right now because I still want to see that shift. Oh my goodness, this is so freaking pretty. Oh, this is gonna be so gorgeous with like a bit of a softer lash, like not like very glam lashes, like very natural lashes. That's what I'm thinking, but still kind of almost spiky. Dainty. Spiky. What? Like dainty. Okay, before I add more stuff to my eyes, like keep going back and forth, I'm gonna do my base. Right now my face is shiny too because of my skincare, so it's kind of hard to see like the real result once everything's like all put together. Let's go in with foundation, and I'm using my REM Beauty foundation. Like I said, this is gonna be like mostly REM Beauty, not even just because I'm watching the movie, but I really have this as my new favorite foundation. It's like one of the better ones I've tried recently, and it has such a great finish. I actually just made a video about finding the perfect foundation for you, so if you need help finding a good foundation or need some tips and tricks, I did a 5-step process of how to do just that, including how to find your shade. So I also have another video coming up that goes hand in hand with that because I got a request in my comment section. I read every single comment, so stay tuned for that. This is the REM Beauty Sweetener Foundation in shade 2NW. It has almost like a satin finish. It's not too matte, but it's also not too dewy, which as somebody with combo skin is like the best. This has been my go-to daily foundation, so 10 out of 10 would recommend. I really want to try out that concealer though. I'm applying with a foundation brush at first because I want to conserve all of that coverage. And once I kind of have it all spread apart, something I like to do is take a puff once I've applied it with my foundation brush, and I just kind of start melting it into the skin by tapping it. It just makes such a difference, I feel. And this is a puff, not a sponge. It's a little bit denser, so it doesn't absorb as much product as a beauty blender. These are a little bit stiffer and you can find them on Amazon. Let me know if I should make an Amazon storefront with things that I use in my videos. And my concealer is going to be my HD stick once again. I'll never stop talking about this product. I should really be sponsored by Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever is just what I was taught to use. It was in my very first kit that was like defaulted because of beauty school, so whatever they gave me before I edited stuff and added and you know such things out. But Makeup Forever foundation sticks, man, they save you for everything. And before I blend it out, I'm gonna add some setting spray. Don't forget to fan yourself. And once it's a little bit drier, I'm just gonna blend that out, and I'm gonna be using my stiffer concealer brush. It's the same one I used to blend out the concealer on my lids. I like this stiffer one because, much like the foundation brush reason, it conserves all of the coverage. And not even because I want to cover things underneath my eyes. I feel like I don't have that much to cover even though I do have a lot of discoloration. It's more because I like to conserve that brightness aspect. I like to blend and set section by section a lot of the time because it makes it so that there's less chances of creasing. Once I blend out my under eye, I take my puff that I was using earlier and I just kind of use it to kind of melt those two products together. And if you ever need a little bit more coverage, just take a little bit of your concealer or foundation on your finger and just tap it in with your finger. Now that I have this blended out, I'm going to set it with the same House Labs powder using my same brush that I used to set my lid. And I'm setting this right away to avoid creasing, but I think I already said that. My bad. Look at how nice that finishes. I'm making sure to pack it on rather than swipe it on. I am so beyond excited to watch this movie. You guys have no idea. And I always like blending it down on this side right here, just because I think it adds a little bit more harmony to the face. Because my under eye is brighter than the rest of my face, I think it just makes sense for there to be a highlight here too. That's just me, personal preference. Always highlight and contour your face for your face shape. Or just what you like, because there's really no rules to makeup. There's not a certain way to do your makeup. That's why when I do my tutorials, it's more of a like how to do this if you really want to do this specific look. Or just tips and tricks that you could apply to your own makeup looks that you come up with yourself. It's just such a like playground to me. Again, I'm gonna blend with my puff, but I'm not taking my puff all the way in because then I'll lose the brightness. And again, I'm gonna set by pressing into my under eye, and I'm not swiping just yet. I'm just getting rid of all the shiny parts. I gotta blend out my forehead. Again, I'm doing very pressing into my skin type of motions because that's how you get product to stay. If you just start swiping, you're actually taking off product. I'm bringing this one a little bit down my nose and this one a little bit under the lip, just like that. And I'm setting with my House Labs. Again, pressing, not swiping. I love a good base. If you want to be perfect about something in your makeup, perfect your skin routine for your base. This is one of my favorite ones. As you can tell, I didn't use primer. I don't think it's absolutely necessary for everybody. I think it depends on your skin. I just personally don't always use it. Now that these areas are set, I'm going to set the rest of my face with a pressed powder. I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Stay pressed powder. This is in shade 810. I'm using a pressed powder and their puff because it adds a little bit of coverage, and I'm just setting whatever I didn't set with the House Labs powder. This is also more similar to my foundation color than the translucent powder is, so it's not going to be as brightening. So this is me setting my face while leaving a little bit of dimension. Not a ton, but it's still something. Now once I have that, using my brush from earlier, I'm going to start swiping away any excess underneath my eyes, and that same powder that I'm moving around right now is going to blend with that edge between my pressed powder and my translucent. Ooh. Moving on to trying to add some color to my face, I'm going to be using my Sephora Collection Micro Smooth palette. This version is the one called Enchant. I don't know if they sell this anymore, but I'm going to be using this shade down here as my bronzer. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, and in circular motions, I'm going to use my ear as a guide to kind of just hug this cheek right here and spread it upwards a little bit. And I'm just going to keep buffing that out until it starts to get a lot softer. And using that same thing, I'm going to trickle it down to my jawline to make a 3. Placement varies with face shape. That's why I use the tip of my ear as a guide and kind of go downwards towards my lips. We're going to do that on both sides. Now that I have that down, using my same powder brush that I've been using, I'm going to go around the edges because I don't want it to be too harsh. I'm going to use this NARS blush in shade Guidey, or Gaiety, Guidey. Here, read it. I'm just a person, don't yell at me. And I'm going to use a blush brush, focusing it on the apples of my cheeks at first and then spreading it outwards. Just kind of using circular motions to blend it upwards so that it blends in with the bronzer. I'm going quite low just because I like it going into my under eye a little bit, and I match both sides. And the key for me, blush-wise, because I love blush, is to make myself look crazy first, and then you'll see what I'm gonna do. Okay, now that you look a little bit like a clown, if you're doing my method, I'm gonna blend it out with my little brush again, just a little bit because we're gonna do something else. And I'm actually gonna go in with some Airspun powder, and I'm using a puff from a compact just to really carve out my cheek. I'm using my ear as a reference and then baking this whole area underneath. And then I'm also gonna add some under here, right under our eyes, and going over the blush a little bit. I know the way I do my makeup probably looks complicated, but honestly, I think you just kind of find your flow, you know? You kind of start to see what you like doing and what you don't like doing. For me, baking is definitely one that I do like doing. I think baking really marries a look together. The areas where I put the most powder is where I want the brightest, so on my under eye and right under here. And even though I just put it on, I'm actually not leaving it for very long. I'm already gonna start to brush it away because I don't want it to be too crazy. I just want this to get all blended together. And you can see it like blurred that edge right there, making it a lot more natural, even though it's not natural. Making sure you get rid of all that powder. I think of it as almost like my blur effect. This is my filter. And once I have all of that pretty much brushed away, I'm just gonna tap a little bit right here. I'm just gonna set my face one more time with setting spray. Using a lot because I'm crazy. I use clear brow gel, so I'm just gonna use this makeup wipe and slightly go over my brows. I'm not pressing down too hard because I'm just getting rid of any powder that was on my brows from setting my face. Powderiness, that part. And also my lips. Fan my face a little bit more. I'm just gonna use my House Labs tiny bit. I'm just gonna tap in my under eye so it doesn't look so shiny. This is the setting spray and my forehead, my nose, and my chin. Just to preserve the longevity as well and make it less shiny there, just because I know my skin. Like I said, I have combination skin, so I get more oily in certain areas, and I just like to really make sure that those areas aren't going to bug me. So that's exactly why I'm setting these areas again. If you have super dry skin, don't use this much powder, but it does give a very airbrushed effect, I feel. Now that I have my base on, I'm going to go back in with my green and kind of fade this outwards. I'm just kind of going towards the end of my brows. And I'm going to take a stiffer brush and use that same green shade and start bringing it under my lash line. Ariana, you really are that girl. Your brand is amazing. Imagine being not only an amazing artist, actress, singer, but also businesswoman. And I'm going to do the same thing with my Glinda shade and bringing it inwards. And I'm just going to use my pinky to re-intensify. You know what brush is going to give you the best payoff always when it comes to shimmer? I don't care how high quality or low quality it is. Your finger. Your finger is always going to do it for you. I promise. With shimmers, yeah, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to do the same on this side. I still am going to use the brush just to kind of map out where I want it. Then I'll tap in like I did on this one afterwards, a little bit with my finger. These shimmers, oh my goodness. Or should I say, oh Oz. Oh my Oz. This is so cute. I'm loving the like daintiness but still like extraness. I think this is such a pretty in-between. Oh my goodness. If you don't have this palette, well, I think it's a limited edition. Try to get it. It's so cute. I was gifted this actually. It's such a nice little sentiment that my bestie gave me because we're both wicked girlies. She surprised me with this palette. I think I'm also going to add some of the Glinda shade to my brow bone. It's definitely the vibe. For highlighter, I think I'm going to do a mix because I love How Many Carats by Fenty Beauty. This is the Diamond Bomb Veil. I'm going to use a Sigma highlighter brush. Go through it and then just kind of go back and forth. I'm just gonna add a little bit because I'm gonna layer on our Glinda Dress Licking shade. Oh my goodness, I love highlighter. And then I'm gonna take this shade, I'm gonna use the same brush and just add it on top. Just to give it that hue a little bit without like going too overboard. Even though I'm very glittery right now, but I'm honestly really vibing with it and you can't take that away from me. So let me live. Oh my Oz. I'm gonna add mascara to my eyes right now so it has a chance to dry while I do my lips. Today I'm gonna use the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill mascara. This is such a good mascara. I'm gonna apply a light layer to my top lashes. Now let's do our bottom mascara, which is like so important to me. I get ridiculously close to my mirror, so bear with me. Let me try to show you guys. It just gives such a contrast between, especially when you're wearing such light colors like these. Bottom mascara is just like that little pop of yes to me. To the other side. Now while this dries a little bit, let's do our lips. For our lips, we're going REM for sure. I don't want to do a super defined lip, so I don't think I'm going to do lip liner. Should we try this? This is part of last year's Wicked collection from REM Beauty, so I haven't really used this one. It's a bit more of like just like a tint, but it's very sheer. So I think I'm going to start with this and apply that directly. This is the Black is This Year's Pink. It's kind of red, but it's really sheer. So this is option 1. Let me try on a different one. We can use this lip oil, which is the pH adaptive lip oil. It's called So Popular, also from last year's Wicked collection. Let's do this one because I think mine turns really pink on me. It's so hydrating though. I think this one might be a winner just because of that. So definitely turned very pink. I'm just gonna kind of use my finger to make it softer, if that's the right way to explain it. Let's see what it looks like with the REM Beauty Fembot gloss on top, because it has the prettiest shimmer. And this shimmer is so similar to the Glinda dress one, but it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more purpley, but it's still super cute. This is so cute. Adorable. Okay, now let's pick out some lashes. Picking out the right lashes is always so important. And I think I want to go with this vibe. I don't know if you can see them because they're like in a transparent thing. Adding some mascara after them will really like pull everything together. So let's try to get these out without me breaking them because I always rip lashes when I do this. These have a clear lash band too, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I do feel like a black lash band adds a little bit of definition to your lash line, especially when you're not wearing eyeliner. Always trim your lashes to fit your eye shape. I think I just need one segment off. That's usually about what I need. I'm gonna apply a layer of lash glue on the band. And I also add a little bit directly to my lash line just so it has that extra grip. I use my fingers, but sometimes I grab a pair of tweezers, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab some tweezers and just really press it into my lash line. While this one dries, I'm gonna apply the other side. I think I'm gonna sob at the movie, so let's see if my makeup holds up, right? Do this side. The maintenance guy, well, he's like a handyman. He's gonna like change some door handles, so he's on his way, so I need to hurry up. Okay. Do the center, start pressing it in, and let's let it dry. I'm gonna curl my lashes just to blend them together. I'm just gonna add mascara to the ends just to really blend them in with my natural lashes. These lashes are so pretty. I actually don't know where I got them, otherwise I'd tell you guys. They're just like in my drawer, you know? Mascara makes all the difference. You can't change my mind. Oh, I'm in love. Okay, I think our look is complete. How do we do this hair? And just like that, this look is complete. I went ahead and did a half up, half down just because I felt like it was very on brand, and coincidentally, it's just kind of like the easier hairstyle I know how to do. I also added a pink bow. I don't really know if you can see. Also, look at my Wicked tee. I have a matching t-shirt with my bestie. This is our Wicked for Good watching movie look. This is what I'm wearing to go watch the movie. I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. I know that it's not as detailed as I usually do my videos, but I really wanted to share this with you guys because I'm so beyond excited to watch the movie, and I'm sure everyone else is. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but I actually did some themed looks around the first Wicked movie. So I did an Emerald City look, and I also did a Glinda look. So go check those out if you want to see them. They're up on my channel, and I'm still down to do more Wicked themed looks for Wicked for Good, but this is just what I'm wearing for the movie, and I think it's really, really cute because you can never go wrong with shimmers, and REM Beauty is just that brand. If I were to explain it with one word, I would say ethereal. We're officially in the holiday seasons, so stay tuned for some makeup looks that are going to coordinate with the holidays. Follow me across all platforms, especially on Instagram and TikTok. My @ is I'm Dana Belen across all platforms. So go find me and comment a white heart so I know that you came from my YouTube channel so I can follow you back. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, besties.